Nice landing today, guys. Hey, it's Bestie B, and I'm here to tell you everything a best friend should because I love you. We're getting into the nitty-gritty of laziness today. I don't even know if I really like the term laziness, to be honest with you, because I just feel like it's not fair. But here's the thing. We have lazy people who don't give a fuck about being lazy. They're happy where they are. Cool. We have other lazy people who, lazy people who are definitely aware that they're not reaching their potential. They feel like they're fighting themselves. They have this inner frustration, like, why can't I meet my potential? I identify with that person. And for the last year, I have had to learn how to restructure my brain, my lifestyle, everything to be able to come out of that. Truly, what I've realized is it was never really laziness. Of course, it comes off that way, but my theory is that we really don't think about how the world is shifting around us and how in today's day and age, we are being made to have everything accessible at our fingertips. We are chronically online. You don't need to be motivated today because there are billionaires and engineers who are fucking with your dopamine and your motivation. And technically, you don't have to be motivated because you can get whatever you want. You can Amazon Prime it. You know what I'm saying? The reasons for getting out of the bed are becoming less and less available as everything in this world becomes a little bit easier to obtain. I say that as a gentle reminder because I just feel like we need to think about that. And it's kind of creepy and dystopian if you think about it, how we are the guinea pigs of all of this. We are the guinea pigs of social media. We are the guinea pigs of AI. This have it at your door in less than 24 hours. This is kind of weird. I'm not saying it's good or bad, but I am saying that it's shifting humanity and it's also shifting the way we respond to things, but no one's talking about it. And then it's just so coincidental that so many of us seem to have mental health issues, dealing with anxiety, depression. I just feel like we're not living in the environment that we typically have been in the past stages of humanity. All of this to say, I think we're being gaslit to believe that we're lazy. And it's unfair because you're made to feel that way, but then you're also punished for it, right? Because to get by in today's society, you still have to get up and work, but everything around you makes you not want to do that. And I'm here to tell you, you are not alone. I have personally done several things to try to break this, and that's what I want to talk about with you guys today, because hopefully these tips that have helped me can help you. And you're like, Bria, like, I don't even know you that well. Like, I know we have a lot of new people from TikTok and stuff. Hello, how are you? You don't know me, but you will know me. And you'll know that everything I talk about here is because typically I'm my own case study. And particularly with this one, it's not also the motivation thing. It's that I was diagnosed with ADHD as a damn near 30-year-old. And so once I realized that, I restructured my life to adapt to being an ADHD girly. But I do think that so many people have a lot of similarities with ADHD people, whether you have it or not, that these tips will help anybody. And also, I've worked alongside my therapist to be able to come up with these ideas. So credit to the therapist, you know who you are. Woo-hoo. But yeah, like, I'm here to share all of that. I hope that it helps you out too. Quick reminder, I'm everywhere, okay? Everywhere all at once. We now have these episodes not only on YouTube, but on Spotify, Apple, and it is under the Because I Love You podcast. That's why you'll hear me saying that more and you'll see that a lot more. You can watch me anywhere you want, baby. Like, you got options, okay? I'm also on Instagram, TikTok. Come hang out. Like, I would really appreciate it. And also, I am almost at like 500K on TikTok. It would be really cool if you came and helped me out. Also, I just really feel safe when you guys are like in the comments on TikTok and stuff, because that can be a scary place. I will say this here, but YouTube and, you know, the podcasters are some of my favorite people in my community because y'all are the real loyal ones. And I think of anyone, you guys know me the best, you know my heart the best. So please come hang out with me. Anyways, we're going on a tangent. So let's get into how we can go beyond laziness. How can we overcome laziness in the world that we live in today? So a lot of these are going to be some simple little tricks and tweaks that you can do that really don't reconstruct your whole life too bad. But the first one that I'm going to tell you is incorporate fun into your routine. Specifically, incorporate fun into your morning routine, because what this is going to do is give you that dopamine hit when you first get up in the morning. And if you can have a good morning, more than likely it's going to snowball into a good fucking day. Every day has been good for me because this is like my truth, my mantra. I have the best mornings now. I'm very selfish about my mornings. I have a very particular order of things that I do. And turns out when I don't do it, I don't have a good day because it is so ingrained in me. And the things that I've chosen to do really do help me get in a really good mental space and just excited for the day. I think I can say that laziness is often rooted in the inability to get out of bed. You know, it kind of starts there, at least in my really bad days. It came down to like, I can't fucking get out the bed. I don't have a reason. I don't feel like it. So I had to create those reasons in the morning to get out of bed. And it had to have nothing to do with work. I had to, as the girlies say, romanticize my morning, whatever that meant for me. So in my case, I know not all of you are, but I am a breakfast girly through and through. And here's the thing, you guys think you have to have eggs. You think you have to have these things that you don't even really fuck with, okay? If you don't like eggs, don't make eggs. I wish I could tell myself that a year ago, because like I had a nutritionist tell me to eat 3 eggs every morning, and for good reason, but like I don't like eggs like that. Yes, it helped me on a hormonal level, but was I able to figure out how to give myself nutrients through other foods? Absolutely. And stuff that I like. So part of my morning is curating the best breakfast ever. Every day can be your best breakfast ever, whatever that means for you. I don't fucking care what it is. Make a breakfast that gets you amped. Like you're going to bed the night before and you're like, I can't wait to get up and eat my breakfast. That's what I do because I make food that I like, and it doesn't have to be the same. I change it up every week. Some of my favorites are my purple smooth, which many of you are familiar with. If you follow my Instagram, you have seen it. It's protein packed, nutrient dense, all the things, and it makes me poop. Love that. That's a good day. I also love a good fresh loaf of sourdough bread. I'm talking the loaf that you get from like Whole Foods or wherever you go. Like go to the bakery, get an actual loaf, and I get this cream cheese, this like strawberry cream cheese from a local farm. Oh, to die. Has to be sourdough though. I go to bed thinking about that toast. Okay. I love fruit. I'll have a medley of fruit, whatever fruit I'm craving at that time. Like right now, I'm obsessed with like grapefruit seeds. In the winter, so juicy. Just love that. AJ is a chocolate milk kind of guy. I just think that's so funny. Like at his big age of 31, he will be downing like a big glass of chocolate milk, and he makes this toast with like butter and cinnamon sugar. Oh, to die. It smells good every single day, but that's not my thing. That's his thing. But he loves it. We're both living our best life. Half the world is still sleeping, but we're getting amped. So what does that look like for you? It doesn't have to be like if it's a breakfast thing. Maybe it's like a workout thing. Maybe it's you having a slow morning. Maybe you want to take a long ass shower. Whatever, do it. So another thing that's really going to be helpful in motivating yourself and breaking past that laziness is somewhat training yourself like a Pavlov dog. Okay, do I reward myself? Yes, I do. I literally reward myself like a little puppy dog. Did you go potty today? Oh, good girl. Sometimes I don't poop every day. I do deserve a reward for that. But no, seriously, I go out of my way to figure out how to stack a task I don't want to do in front of something that I do want to do. So let me give you an example of that. I love to get up and walk, okay? But I would be lying to you if I told you that every single day I am just so excited to get on my walking pad and walk. That's not true. That's not true at all. There are some days when I need an extra bit of motivation, but my walk in the morning is part of me having a good day because the movement, the serotonin, just what it does for me mentally and physically is incredibly rewarding. And sometimes the rewards aren't instantaneous, but we know that when we do them over time, it is making a difference for us. So yes, on the hard days, I still have to do it. But what I like to do is put that task in front of something that I do love. So I told you guys, for example, I love breakfast. If I know I don't want to get on that walking pad, I will make sure my breakfast is so bomb and I have a conversation like Bria, okay, after we get this out of the way, we are going to have breakfast and it's going to be great. So it's getting me still out of the bed. It's making me still do the task. And I know after I get this done, I get to do exactly what I want. That's really been my reality the last few weeks since I have like the post-holiday blues. It's very difficult for me to feel motivated to do like the things that I typically always do. So breakfast has to be top notch. Another thing I'll do is I will kind of trick myself into doing the thing. So for example, I love an iced chai latte with oat milk. Okay, if you ever want to surprise me with a drink, bring me an iced chai with oat milk. Not the ones from Starbucks. That's just all sugar. I want the small coffee shop one. Thank you. What I will do is, let's say I don't want to go walk. Okay, well, I'll bargain with myself. I'll say, okay, you can go walk and get yourself an iced chai, but you have to walk there. And then when you get the drink, you need to walk around the neighborhood and take it in. Like, sometimes it's just a matter of having a little bit of novelty. Like, don't force yourself to do the exact same thing every single day. Like, can you switch it up? Switch it up. Why not? If you're tired of doing the same workout, if the workout is boring, do something else. You have options. You have that freedom. And I think oftentimes we like box ourselves in and just like jail ourselves for no reason, because it makes absolutely no sense, when you could just get creative with your routine. There's a few coffee shops in my neighborhood and I'll just go walk to them instead. And so I'm getting the thing done. I'm still walking, and that's important to me to do every morning. Check that off my box, and I'm giving myself a little reward so everybody's happy. And I kind of just touched on this, but this was the next point, that adding novelty is very important, especially if you're an ADHD girly. Don't try to do the same thing every day. Okay, y'all, I tried to meal prep and it lasted me one stinking week. Okay, because I cannot eat the same foods every day, but I have been able to change it every week. Instead of meal prepping, I'll create a menu ahead of the week, so I know what I'm gonna have. It's foods I'm looking forward to for that week, but I'm not gonna make food and be excited for it after it's been sitting for 4 days. I tried. Was it easier? Absolutely. But my whole thing was, I need to stop eating takeout so much. I need to eat at home more. I need to make more nutritional foods. I can still do that, but I have to do it in my own way. So having novelty, every week we're making something different. And mind you, I have been crushing it with the meals. Okay, I've been eating lavash pizza like, baby, it is fire. Yesterday, shredded chicken salsa verde tacos in the crock pot, baby, it was delicious. Go look at my highlight on Instagram. I've been putting my favorite meals in there for you guys to also try. But I'm in the middle of a little like fitness journey, working with this new nutritionist who's helping me like kind of clean up the things I'm eating, because I'm like really tweaking things right now. You know, I was kind of nervous at the beginning because I haven't had a good relationship with coaches or nutritionists in the past. I've had a couple that really were great though. And so I had some friends work with this guy in particular, and what's great about him is he'll give me the formula and then I can make that happen in any way. And if you ever feel like you have to like cut things out, you have the wrong person teaching you. So I don't cut anything out. I just rearrange in order to meet our goals. And I feel amazing doing it, and it's allowed me to be creative in the kitchen. I actually look forward to cooking now. But the thing that I had to find was that novelty. Couldn't do the meal prepping. That's not fun to me. That feels like a punishment. So pump the brakes. But you can make things fun. You can adjust it to what works for you, for sure. Another thing that's really going to help you guys overcome laziness is remembering that it is so okay to compromise. We definitely live in a time where it's like an all or nothing mentality. On TikTok even, you see the clean aesthetic girly who just has her whole fucking life together. She never looks like she has skid marks. She's perfect. And then you have like the other person who's chaotic and unhinged, you know, throwing up on their birthday dress. Like, there's no in between of the people who are celebrated. And I feel like it's contributed to this idea that like you either are something or you're not. But this is what I've learned being an entrepreneur. Everything is a negotiation. Everything is a business deal. In my mind, yes, it is. If I don't want to do something, or if I'm feeling lazy about it or just not motivated about it, my whole thing nowadays is, instead of saying I'm just not going to do this, I need to do some portion of it. I need to compromise with myself and meet in the middle to what can I do today? What feels attainable? Because what happens is the overwhelm will take you over to where you kind of go into freeze mode. And I think people get confused between what is laziness and what is freeze mode. And I think you are more likely to go into freeze mode if you don't give yourself more options and just be willing to compromise with yourself. So for example, I fucking hate laundry. I have had to learn, because that shit will sit there for years. We can't do it anymore. I'm 30. So with laundry, I have had to compromise with myself every single time. Have I ever been able to do laundry in a day where I wash and fold and put away everything? No. AJ does it every time. He's just perfect. I'm the unhinged one, I guess. But for me, what works is the compromise. I'll say, okay, today is the day where I'm just gonna wash it all. I'm gonna wash everything. And then I have this big old wagon and I put it all in the wagon. And then I say, okay, tomorrow I fold it and I put it away. I have to break it up or it ain't gonna happen. And that's what works for me. And it's a compromise that's a healthy one versus what I used to do, where I used to just look at the entire equation and I'd be like, I can't do this. I can't do this today. Yeah, that is overwhelming and scary. So therefore, I would have dirty laundry just stacking up for weeks, damn near months, and I don't have any panties now. So that's not okay. You know, you can't put yourself in a situation and then that comes off as like laziness, right? But like I said, I think it's a combination of you being overwhelmed and you need to compromise with yourself on how you can break up said task or thing into healthy, digestible little bits. And like I said, add a little reward in afterwards. Like, okay, after I do this, I'm gonna walk around Target. This one's a goodie, and I know it probably sounds super cliche, but what you're gonna do to help you get out of laziness is you're going to plan ahead. Because here's the thing that I've noticed with myself. If I know that I just have a lot to do, but I haven't really spelled out what exactly it is I have to do, I will literally wake up in freeze mode where I'm just like, I don't know what task to start first. Okay, no, we're not doing that. I literally have like my notes app available every single day. And what I do is the night before, I will go through and just write down everything in my notes app that I need to do the next day with the little checklist bubbles. And then throughout the day, I check off everything. I write it in the order that I need to complete it. What that takes away from me, especially as someone with ADHD, is the decision fatigue of deciding what task do I need to do right now. If you have to have that conversation with yourself, one, you're gonna waste time. Two, you might panic over what to do first, what to prioritize, and then you might just end up getting back in bed. Like that's what I literally used to do. So I'm speaking from experience there. It's called decision fatigue. Stop giving yourself so many decisions to make and make them ahead of time. Plan ahead. That's what I mean by plan ahead. You don't have to like necessarily map out everything like a stickler, but if you have like a basic format for what the day is going to look like, it's going to help you, and you can kind of like in a way set the intention. And that also has helped me go to sleep a lot easier, because when I know that I have a lot to do the next day, I'm kind of like buzzy and I can't relax. But once I see it in the notes app, it's not as overwhelming and it makes a lot more sense. So just take like, it literally takes 5 minutes to figure out what does tomorrow look like, and then when you wake up, it's available for you and you get after it. If you really want to be serious about that, look into like time stamping it. When I really have a busy day, I will time stamp what I need to do and what I need to be done to move to the next task. Amazing. Who needs an assistant when you have BestDB? Like, be your own assistant. One of my favorite points here, when it comes to laziness, another way that you can kind of trick yourself into doing things is to having that support. So do difficult things with your friends. One perfect example is if you know that you need to start getting into a routine of moving more and working out, call your friends, make it a thing. You guys go on a walk together, like make it a ritual, make it a routine that you guys just do every day, because now you're filling your cup with the quality time with each other, you're catching up, but you're also knocking out a task that you don't necessarily love. So sometimes you gotta blend those things into things that you do love. An example too of that is when I was in college, we've talked about how like kind of was a party girl my first semester. GPA was not bright, but I came out on the dean's list, okay? And do you know why? Because even then I knew I had to trick myself. I didn't even know I had ADHD. Then I was just like, girl, we're gonna have to like trick you into studying. And that's what I did. So part of it was me having the little study group. That worked great for me. But also be real. Be for real about that, because if you have friends who are gonna talk to you the whole time you need to study or need to actually get something done, sorry, love you, but I'll see you Saturday when we go out. That they're not the ones you're calling to go study. Call the girl, call the guy that you know is serious about their academics, and book a session with them. Okay? All your friends are probably different and all of them are probably good at something. I always love having friends that have strengths that I don't. I have friends who are really disciplined, who always inspire me to be more disciplined. I spend time with them so that I can pick up on that energy, like give me some of that, you know, and it's actually worked. My friends are doing better than me. Like that's how I always want to be, because I always want to feel like I'm learning from them. But I also know that I can give something to my friends too. Like I inspire them in ways that are different. So find the friend that inspires you in whatever it is past and start hanging out with that person so that you too can become whatever that is, or you can get these tasks out of the way that seem to be overwhelming you. It's genuinely not about laziness. It's really about structuring your day, structuring your life and these tasks in a way that makes sense for you. And we're all different. Some people can just do the damn thing. Like my husband is so opposite of me when it comes to getting things done. He just does them. It's not like, oh my God, like, I don't want to do it. That's me. I'm like, oh my God, like, can we do it tomorrow? He's like, let's just do it now. You know what I'm saying? And I love that. It really has made me a better person. Just like fucking do it, you know? But I've had to learn how to do that in my way because I'm not him and I'll have to compare myself to him. So I hope that really helps you guys. And again, I just want to remind you that like laziness is not just what it sounds like. I feel like laziness is a mean word because there's probably more than likely an underlying issue here that's a byproduct of what we call laziness. And I just think that you should really focus on figuring that out before you beat yourself up, because I get it. I've definitely beat myself up for feeling like I'm not reaching my potential and I just can't do the thing. Like, why can't I do the thing? No, you can do the thing. I want you to try these out. Maybe there's a tactic in here that I didn't mention that will work for you. And I would love to hear your suggestions in the comments down below. Make sure you share all of those. But I promise you some of these are going to work for you, if not all of them. So hit me back. Let me know if any of these actually help you. You're not lazy. You just probably are in freeze mode. If you like this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, follow the podcast. If you liked it, give it a good review. I love you. I believe in you. And I'll see you guys next week.